Hello, beta people around the world. Thank you for tuning in. This is an exciting week for me, a thrilling week, also full of tension and expectation for me, because this week on this Tuesday, on the 10th of June, we published the 24th BetaCodex Network research paper. Right. You might say, okay, 24th time. It's a lot of research papers. How can it still be so exciting? But I think it's a little bit like, seeing a book published or walking on stage as a musician or something. You always feel a bit stressed about it. The research paper we just published is this. This is the printed version, of course. What you download is the PDF, 32 pages, only 32 pages long, one might say, carefully designed. It's called Slave to the Rhythm, Adopt Time-Oriented Work Systems Now. I can say that a lot of work went into this research. The first ideas, I think the first rough idea that something like this, connecting lean and beta codex ideas finally, the first ideas probably stem from 6 years ago or so, when I started, understanding the concepts of Ernst Weichselbaum better. This white paper, you will see it on the opening page, is dedicated to the memory of Ernst Weichselbaum, who was a true pioneer, like Taiichi Ono, who's on the cover. Ernst Weichselbaum was a true pioneer of time-oriented work systems. So the first idea to do something around time orientation came to me 6 years ago or so. Not just to me, but also to some friends and colleagues like Andreas Schlegel, who's also active in the BetaCodex Network. So I had this idea, but I felt that it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough, I thought, to connect the ideas of Toyota and Weichselbaum and Beta and make something out of it. I thought that there were still missing pieces in this riddle or in this puzzle. Another puzzle piece of the puzzle came to me when I was invited to speak at a conference, at a quick response manufacturing conference in Eindhoven, in the Netherlands, a couple of years ago. This was before COVID, and I was kind of astonished to see that the quick response manufacturing community had also developed an approach that was about time. Rajan Zuri, the founder of Quick Response Manufacturing, he had also developed his approach from scratch. It was totally independent of the usual lean thinking, of Toyota thinking. Well, not totally independent, but not directly influenced. It was something apart, something different. Just as Ernst Weichselbaum had done it, the quick response manufacturing community has built something from that was truly original. And Rajan Zuri, one of his books was called "It's About Time." So he really, the quick response manufacturing people, they really took time orientation to the forefront, just like what Ernst Weichselbaum did, because Ernst always said, it's punctuality that we must strive for. We must fix time, of delivery. For example, if we produce furniture, we should promise to the client to deliver on the seventh day after order entry. Order entry, on the seventh day, we will deliver to the client. That is punctuality. That is reliability. That's also a competitive advantage, not just a cost advantage or a speed advantage for its own sake, as we hear it from the lean movement over and over again, but to make time the cornerstone of organizational thinking. Punctuality, reliability in time, also reliability in the work processes. And that's another idea that I found in lean RFS. Only last year, in 2024, I found out about lean repetitive flexible supply, developed by Ian Glensday, and he promotes a concept in which the idea is to make production very reliable, very flexible, but also repetitive in a way, rhythmic. That's a wonderful idea that Lean RFS has been promoting like nobody else. Lean RFS in many ways is closer to Toyota, but not quite, because it's applicable to large volume production, to high volume um, consumer goods, for example, pharmaceuticals and so on, and even to large volume chemicals production and so on. So these three concepts, the Weichselbaum system, quick response manufacturing, and lean RFS together, last year, I felt that together these pieces of the puzzle might form a whole. And then a couple of months ago, I mean, last year I also already set up a little research project together with Andreas Schlegel about this topic, and the solution more and more came to me this year when I researched the work of Taiichi Ono a little bit more, and reflected upon how Taiichi Ono had driven time orientation into TPS and Toyota. So, with these pieces of the puzzle, the story of Taiichi Ono, the big three of time orientation, Weichselbaum system, quick response manufacturing, lean RFS. When I finally had those pieces together, then I thought now was the time to really get this written down. And it took me 1 or 2 weeks to actually get this written. You will find in the white paper, in this research paper, a few, let's say, cunning concepts uh, like this, which we got from Anita Engels, a professor in Hamburg, about the difference between fixation on acceptance and chosen agency, which is key to get transformational change done reliably and fast. So you will find four highly potent concepts, theoretical concepts, in this paper as well, that are key to get time-oriented work systems done. I also decided, as this is so content rich, I thought, okay, this needs to be something more than just a research paper. So I will offer, from starting the end of June, I will offer little online sessions, online workshops around time-oriented work systems. There will be a 2-hour online session in German, organized by Leanbase, very fitting for the kind of material here. Leanbase is a lean portal, so I will offer those 2-hour, let's say, teaser sessions through Leanbase. The first one will be on the 30th of June. Then I will also offer, and also in German, I will offer a 1-day workshop here in Wiesbaden at Studio Red 42. So I will offer a 1-day workshop for people interested in time-oriented work systems. You can be a business owner, a manager, a lean professional, somebody from production, somebody from supply chain. You can be a lean expert. You might be an expert already in one of the big three approaches, like quick response manufacturing. You can be a consultant. You're all welcome to this 1-day workshop in Wiesbaden that will happen, I think, for the first time. We will do it in September. Yes. And I will also offer an online masterclass in English about time-oriented work systems. So if you are not in Germany, not in Europe, maybe even, if you want to learn more about time-oriented work systems, the online masterclass might be something for you. Look it up on the Red 42 website. It will be four-hour sessions over the course of 2 weeks, with reading done ahead of the first session and in between sessions as well. This is a lovely format. We did this kind of masterclass format with the BetaCodex for a couple of years. Now I'm doing it with time-oriented work systems. It will be very strong on all these formats. Will be very strong on discourse and interaction and conversation. So I will be offering those three formats, let's say, publicly, but you can also get an in-company in-house workshop on time-oriented work systems. You can get let's say, consulting sessions, of course. We can do online consulting. The Get Unstuck format that we offer with Red 42 might be something for you if you want to have advice personally for your company. So there are lots of ways to learn more about time-oriented work systems, but keep in mind, this is open source, as everything from the BetaCodex Network. This is open source, so you can use it in your work. You can commercialize these concepts, but you have to reference the BetaCodex Network accordingly. You have to reference the source and the name of the creator. In this case, that's me. And but you don't have to ask for permission. You can just do it because it's open source and free to use. However, please always credit the source, or we have to come after you. Yeah. Credit the source, and also if you invent something on top of it, if you create new research, new insight methods, you have to keep them open source. Those are the two underpinnings of the open source license. Okay, that just as a side comment. There are many ways to learn about time-oriented work systems. I think it's a big topic. I published two little articles this week about this research, about this topic. So read it. Please comment on it, share it generously, and let's make the world of work a more time-oriented and a better place, more democratic, more decentralized, more time-oriented. Let's do it together now. Thank you for listening.